Hi, all. This is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where we had not as beautiful a day as yesterday, but we're on our way. So, weather-wise, I can't say I'm happy when there's severe thunderstorms as I'm driving home, but it was a fine enough day for the most part. And on Wall Street, it kind of rained red, and we don't like that too much. So Wall Street was a little upsetting, but Dr. J has a very positive spin on the Dow, very positive spin on some biotechs, very positive spin on some pot stocks. So I want you to stay tuned for a good dose of optimism when you're seeing nothing but pessimism all around you. Don't ever accuse Dr. J of being a pessimist. As always, my opinions are strictly of my own and do not constitute investment advice. And do your own due diligence, seek an investment advisor if you want to follow any of my great ideas, some of which are great indeed, while others are clunkers. So separate the good ones from the bad ones. And if you know how to do that, tell me which one of my ideas are great and which ones are bad. I appreciate all input, good input, bad input. I don't mean that. I mean constructive criticisms saying, Dr. J, maybe you shouldn't be in XYZ company. It's highly risky. And maybe I didn't know that. Maybe you're enlightening me. So feel free. Okay, so as always, please subscribe to this vlog if you haven't already. Tell your friends about me. And let's get moving along. Share the link, write comments. Alrighty, so I'm going to share the link. Let's see. Here, share the link. That seems good so far. Okay. Now it should come on faster than you can say. Jackie Robinson. The Mets won again today, by the way. Not that Mickey Callaway deserved much credit because, once again, I think he mishandled the pitching staff during the game. Zellman in the 8th inning at second and third and didn't look like he had his good stuff. Why not put in Edwin Diaz for a 4-out save, or at least somebody else, because I had a terrible feeling that he was going to give up a single to drive in 2 runs to put Washington in front 4-3. That's of course what happened. Luckily, we had somebody named Carlos Gomez come up in the 8th inning and hit a 3-run homer to help the Mets win that game and sweep the somewhat dismal Washington Nationals. So I'm going to take a quick look at the vlog, see if anybody's chatting with me tonight. I want to give you a chance to chat, write messages. If you do, I will respond. So I'm getting into the chat, into the vlog now. And let's see, yeah. Okay, so we have Greg saying hi. Hi, Greg. Depressing market. Don't let it get you down. Dr. J says there's light at the end of the tunnel here. Jigglypuff, when is it time to walk away from CVM? I think it might be over. Jigglypuff is giving me wise and sage advice, but I'm willing to take the gamble, Jigglypuff. Call me foolish, and maybe I am, but I'm going to give it a little more rope. And just because it's going down does not imply that the data will be negative or that they will not meet primary endpoints. I think it's a matter of a lot of weekend selling that ran it up, profit taking. It's coupled with shorts piling on for day trades, and maybe even for more than day trades. So Jigglypuff and Greg are getting acquainted. Good about that. Greg is celebrating Gomez's homer, the one I spoke of. And Jigglypuff bought 4,000 shares at 454 the other day. That's a lot of shares, Jigglypuff, but not for you. I know you're a big player. And of course, sometimes when you buy too much, it's hard to hold on because you know it's an all or nothing proposition with CBM. I taught you to use stop losses and know when to exit. Well, I have a stop loss in mind that it hasn't hit yet. So we'll look at that. Martin, good evening to you. Martin is sending me messages from Montreal, Canada. And Jigglypuff says that the trend is not our friend. And that's not just in CVM, that's for the entire market, right, Jigglypuff? Yes, you may ask my stop loss because I'm going to get to it in a second. How about right now? All right, so let's look at CVM and we'll get to my stop loss. All right. Okay, where are we? Okay, so we're hovering right above it, right, Jigglypuff? You see on this line here, this horizontal line? I think this will be excellent support. So a break of this horizontal line, the low of the day on 4/5/2019 would prove to be my stop loss. So 442, probably I would get out a little bit below that, 437, something of that nature, and I'd still be making money. So I'm in the enviable position, I guess, of having bought in at lower numbers. But I did add some at higher numbers. I'm not quite sure what my average is. I think I'm still making money. I might even buy some more looking at it from the point of view of if I'm getting out at 437 and I'm paying 459, I'm not going to lose that much on the amount I buy for at 459. And who knows, maybe I'm catching it just right. If I'm catching it just right, I'm going to make a lot of money on the shares I buy right now. So that's my thinking, Jigglypuff, and you can disagree, of course. It's a free country. Dr. J is not always right. So sometimes I have clunkers. Jigglypuff is telling me that CVM may be one of those clunkers, and he may be right. I mean, certainly, if it goes to 437, I will sell a part of my position, if not all of it. Dow Jones Industrial Averages. Does that answer your question, Jigglypuff? Greg and Jigglypuff have been acquainted for over a month through my vlog. I'm glad you made a friend, Greg. I'm glad you made a friend, Jigglypuff. Okay, so people make friends through Dr. J. All right, 25,490 down to 86. And why do I say it's an optimistic picture? Well, it is. Look at where it was. And in the last, I don't know, hour of the day, it gained back probably about 30–40% of its losses. Nice finish for the Dow. I like the support level that it's at. I still think this low holds, that low being 25,222. If it doesn't hold, look out below. And then maybe the correction is more than a correction. Maybe. I hope not. I certainly hope not. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this, the October high mark the end of the bull market for the Dow Jones Industrial Averages. We certainly have a bifurcated market where the S&P and the NASDAQ were making new highs while the Dow and the IWM and the Rothschild were trying to catch up to its old highs of October and even earlier for the rut. The rut has been the weakest performer of the day lately, and I don't even want to show you that chart because I can't figure out an optimistic point of view for it. Probably I can, but I'm going to skip that because I don't want to upset myself. And I'm going to stick with just looking at the Dow. I have an optimistic scenario here that we hold this low. And this is a pretty nice support area right here. So I have reason to believe we could hold this. So let's see what happens. We finish nicely. Maybe we go into the green tomorrow. As Annie said, tomorrow is another day. Or no, who said that? The sun will shine tomorrow. Scarlett O'Hara said tomorrow, something about tomorrow. Getting my characters mixed up. I can always do it tomorrow. Is that what she said? Something like that. All right, Gone with the Wind was not my favorite. I fell asleep. Did I tell you I fell asleep on Gone with the Wind? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. I could not make it through that forever movie of about 4 hours. Clark Gable, what was her woman's name again? Lee, forgot her name. Of course, someone will text me with her name or write a comment with the Scarlett's name. I don't know why I blocked it out. It's something Lee, I think. Not sure. As I said, it wasn't my favorite movie. So I think Kronos Group has formed a new channel. So I think we're going to test the upper limits of the channel as opposed to, well, we might test the lower limits first and then bounce. So I think Kronos is actually looking strong to me on an upward trend. This is a nice trend line. I think the bottom of the old channel will serve as the top of the new one. And we might very well find resistance at the 50 prior to hitting that channel. Because the 50 is coming down, and when Kronos starts going up, the two will collide, and that might prove to be resistance. Goes through that, I think we stay in this channel and move up. So Dr. J is hot on pot, and I'm basically optimistic on the entire market that we will get a trend change, Jigglypuff. Just because the trend may be your friend, the trend is fickle, and there's always a longer-term trend, a shorter-term trend, etc., etc., etc. Let's take a look at, that was Yul Brynner, by the way, etc., etc., etc. In King and I saw Yul Brynner in person on Broadway in The King and I in a revival when he was really, really sick. He had lung cancer, he was terminal, and he came back for his last hurrah, and he was phenomenal on Broadway. I saw him I think it was either opening day or very close to it. And that was just one hell of a great play. I was sitting next to a jet star, Mark Gastineau, and his tall blonde girlfriend. I forgot her name. She was some kind of television movie celebrity. Anyway, that was a long time ago. That must have been, I don't even want to guess, maybe 1975, 6, something like that. All right. That is a long time ago. So anyway, this is what I never talked about, Dixie Brands. It's a cannabis play, a hemp oil play, packaged cannabis goods play. They just came out with a new product that is a tablet form of CBD mixed with vitamins, CBD mixed with turmeric, CBD mixed with, I don't, goodness knows what. You just, I guess you throw the tablet in some water, you got some flavored drink that will be loaded with CBD for health benefits, for pain relief, for de-stressing, for whatever the combination is. It's kind of like when you go into a juice store in Manhattan, they tell you, get this combination of vegetable juice and you will cure your arthritis. Get another combination and you will relax. Get another combination and you'll probably throw up. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so I like the fundamentals here. I think the market for all these edibles, CBD stuff is growing. So I like it. They have a subsidiary that they I forget the name of it, that they market through. It's had a little bit of a nice run after bottoming at low of 66 cents. It's run up to a high of 85 cents, closing at almost 84 cents today. Nice day today, considering everything was in the red. It was up 3%. We'll take it. I don't own it, but I'm thinking of buying it. The only three pot stocks I own right now are Kronos, CGC, ACB. This would be the smallest market cap stock, but I think I might give it a shot. Let's see what the market cap is, just for the hell of it. The market cap is not that bad, 100 million. That's meets the criteria of being 100 million plus. I don't love stocks generally that are under 100 million, but sometimes I play them anyway. SH, are you on StockTwits? I don't know who SH is. Okay. So I like Dixie Brands. If you would go back to the chart one more time. Yeah, the chart is really good the last few days. It bucked the trend today. I think you could ride it. It could ride this rally all the way up to the top here, which is $1. So this could easily rally, continue to rally up to the dollar level. Is this $1 too? Yes. So we have a double top at $1. I could see it going very close to that $1, if not challenging it and maybe going through it. But first it's got to get there. So by the time it gets there, if you're buying it now at 83 cents, that would be good enough for Jigglypuff to take profits. Am I right, Jiggly? All right, what about on the downside? Well, the downside is obvious. It's the low of the day back here, which would be about 66 pennies. So 65, 64, 63 cent stop, say at 20 cents below where you're buying and looking for a little bit less than 20 cents. You're laying odds. I like to get odds, but I like this one. Maybe even for the long haul, or maybe some for a swing trade and some to put away. This showed a pop to the top on February 4th. It took you all the way up to $1.20. I could see something like that happening again, but first let's see it get to that dollar level before it hits the lows of 66 cents. Right now, as Jigglypuff says, the trend is your friend on Dixie Brands, athx. Okay, athx, this is one of the shining stars of today, even though it did not go up too much. It went up. It went up. That's the main thing. Went up 2.8 percent, up a nickel to $1.86. After putting in what looks like a double low at $1.77. I like the fact that it hit that level, bounced right up, and closed really strong on the day, changing a red candle into a green one, and I'm actually putting in a decent gain. So I'm very optimistic that $1.77 holds here. So Dr. J is, holding this one for the results of the Japanese trial on ischemic stroke, which should be just about a year from now. So that's the story. Morning glory. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day, and I think it will be a better day. So Dr. J remains optimistic, and as long as that Dow doesn't go below the whatever it was, 25.2 something or other, I'm going to stay extremely bullish. And I hope the rut starts going up for a change instead of going down. I mean, it was down over 2% today, and then came back to close down 1.9%, whereas the Dow and S&P were down like 1.1%. So the rut is by far the troubling indicator, the troubling index, and that has 2,000 stocks. The S&P has 500 stocks, and as you all know, the Dow has 30 stocks. As always, reminder, do your own due diligence. Dr. J's opinions are strictly my own and do not constitute investment advice. Please subscribe to the vlog if you haven't already. Tell your friends about me, write comments, join Jigglypuff and Greg in conversation, chat with me. I will try to respond in live time. And what else? Jigglypuff is talking about a 3-day market holiday. Well, it's Memorial Day, Jiggly, and even you deserve a 3-day rest from the market. And well, Jigglypuff says he doesn't mind those days, those 3-day weekends when he's losing money. Yeah, it gives you a forced rest and new perspective on the markets and more energy come Tuesday, right, Jigglypuff? So this has been Dr. Jason live from Long Island, New York. Reminding you again, just please subscribe to the vlog and please tell your friends about me. I want to say shalom, au revoir, arrivederci, hasta mañana. Ciao.